um, solve for x, you have 5 raised to the power x plus 1 plus 5x is equal to 150. So the student should find the value of x. Of course, we have solved a lot of problems involving in this equation to the fact that we know what to do at this step. Of course, the first step is what? To break, if we have 5 raised to the power x plus 4, we have to express it in terms of 5, in terms of indices. Then we need to know the multiple of 5. Can we express 150 as a multiple of 5 so we can cancel it out and leave the powers as the answer? That's also the concept of in this equation. Of course, let's rewrite this. So we have solution. So this becomes 5x multiplied by what? 5 raised to the power 1. Because we say that when the bases are equal, the power will add, right? We have plus what? 5x is equal to what? 150. Now, how can we express 150 as a power of 5? Can we express 150 as a power of 5? I think we cannot express it as the power of 5. We can express it as the power of 5 and multiply it by a number. For example, let's take 150. So we have 150. Let's divide 150 by 5. What will be left with? We'll be left with 30. And let's divide 30 by 5. We'll be left with 6. So therefore, we can say that 115 is what? 150 is equal to what? 5 times 5 times 6. So it's what? 5 squared multiplied by 6. This is 150. So we can write it as what? 5 squared multiplied by 6. Of course, what do you notice here? 5 raised to the power x is common in these two. So if you factorize 5x out, you're left with what? 5 plus 1 is equal to what? 5 squared multiplied by 6. But now when you add this, you're left with what? 5x. 5 plus 1, this is 6, is equal to what? 5 squared multiplied by 6. What do you notice here? 6 will cancel 6. You're left with what? 5x is equal to what? 5 squared. Of course, at this point, this will cancel this and the powers will be written as the base. So this is the concept, a very simplified way of solving in this equation. The concept is very easy. So let's get the second equation. So we have solve for x. Because we have solve for x, we have 2 raised to power 9x negative 3 is equal to what? 8 3 minus 3 8 raised to x squared. So we have this, and they say we should solve this. But now what do you notice here? This question will lead to a quadratic equation. That means we'll have 2 solutions for the value of x. So how do we solve this? The first concept is what? Break it in terms of 2. Break it in terms of 2. So we're having 2 raised to the power what? 9x negative 3 is equal to what? We're having 2, of course, 2 raised to the power 3 is 8 bracket x negative x squared. So this becomes 2 raised to the power 9x negative 3 is equal to what? 2. 3 multiplied by 3 we have 9. 2 multiplied by negative x squared we have 3x squared. Of course, at this point, this cancel this. You're having what? 9x negative 3 is equal to what? 9 minus 3x squared. Of course, we have to arrange this in the form of what? Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we are bringing all this term towards this side. If we bring negative x squared to the other side, it becomes what? A positive x squared. And we have what? A plus 9x. And we have a negative 3. When we bring a positive 9 to the other side, we have a negative 9, all equals to 0. So this becomes what? 3x squared plus 9x negative what? 12 equals to 0. Of course, we have to reduce this quadratic equation by dividing both sides by what? 3. So if we divide both sides by 3, we reduce the fact of this. This becomes x squared plus what? 3x negative 4 equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation. It's very simple. You have this as the sum. So let's say the sum, of course, the sum is 3x. So which two numbers are we going to, when we multiply them, it gives us negative 4x squared, and when we add them, it gives us what? Positive 3x. Of course, we are having product here. So we have product negative 4x squared. Of course, we're having what? Which two numbers are when we add, it gives us 3x. If we add 4x, so let's add 4x negative x. This will give us 3x. And if we multiply this, we have negative x. So those are the two numbers. Putting it inside, we have x squared plus 4x negative x negative 4 is equal to 0. By grouping this, we have x squared plus 4x. We group this and we group this x negative 4 equal to 0. So we're having a positive here. Then we factorize this, we have x out. We're left with this. Then we factorize the negative 1 out. So we're left with x positive what? 4. Of course, the rule is these two must have the same. So since they have the same numbers inside the bracket, we take one, which is x plus 4, and the rest will be what? X negative 1. This is equal to 0. So we have x is equal to what? Negative 4, and x is equal to 1. So any of this one, we take the value. So this is the value of x. This is a very simple concept. Okay, now we have a very important question to solve. So let's work this off. This will be the last question involving Indicial equation. Okay, now we're given a question and they say we should find, so they say we should solve for m and n. So we're given a question. So say if bracket 2 over 3 raised to power m, of course multiplied by bracket 3 over 4 n is equal to what? 256 over what? 729. Let's say we should do what? Find the value of m and n. This is the solution. Of course, the concept is easy here. Our first step when we see an indicial equation is to what? Break down what? The numbers into their powers and their multiples. Now we're having 2 over 3. So we're breaking down, we're having this as m, we're having this as n. Of course, multiplied by what? 3 raised to power what? N over what? Of course, this is 2. So this becomes what? 2 raised to power 2 n. Everybody understands this concept. 256 is a multiple of 8. You're having 2 raised to power 8 equals to what? 256. So therefore, we write it as what? 2 raised to power 8 over. Now, 729 is a multiple of 3. And I feel it's 3 raised to power 6, right? So we're having 3 raised to power 6. Of course, the next step now is to bring any multiple of 2 to one side and bring any multiple of 3 to one side. It becomes 2 raised to power m. Bringing this one down, we have 2 raised to power 2n multiplied by what? 3 raised to power n over what? 3m is equal to what? 2, 8 over what? 3, 6. Now, this is the concept. Now, what did you notice? What did you notice? We are having what? 2 from indices. We know we can play with this, right? When you're having division of the same base, it will become what? The subtraction of what? Their powers. So we're having what? 2 raised to the power m negative what? 2m multiplied by what? 3 raised to the power what? n negative m equal to what? Having 2 raised to the power 8 multiplied by 3 negative 6. And we said that 1 over a is the same thing as what? 1 over xa is the same thing as what? X negative a. Very important rule under the laws of indices. That's why we have this. Now, what we are going to do next is what? We're going to equate like terms. So we're going to what? Equate like terms. So we're going to equate the like terms. We're having 2. Anywhere we see 2, anywhere we are grouping 2, we are taking 2, right? We are grouping 3, we are taking 3. So doing that, we have what? 2 raised to the power m negative 2n is equal to 2 raised to the power what? 8. So let's have this as equation 1. Then we have 3 raised to the power what? N negative what? m is equal to what? 3 raised to the power what? 6. We have in equation 2. We have successfully grouped and equate our like terms. The next step is what? Cancel this. Cancel this. After we have cancelled this successfully, you must know that there's a negative sign here. Please, very important. We left our negative sign. So the next step is what? After cancelling this out, we can write the equation and we say that what? M negative 2n is equal to what? 8. Let's call this equation 3. And then n negative n is equal to negative 6. Let's call this equation 4. From equation 4, we're going to make n subject formula. So you're having what? N is equal to what? Negative 6 plus m, which is something as m negative 6. So n is equal to what? M negative 6. We'll call this equation 5. We are going to substitute the value of n into equation 3. So anywhere we see n, we replace it as what? M negative 6. So doing that, we're having m negative 2. Of course, we're going to put brackets. M negative 6 is equal to what? 8. So we're going to open this bracket. So we have m negative what? Negative 2 into m, we have what? 2n. Negative 2 into negative 6, we have positive what? 12 is equal to what? 8. So therefore, m minus 2m, we have negative m. Of course, when you move this to the other side, you have 8 negative 12, and you have negative m is equal to negative 4. So therefore, m is equal to what? 4. So since we know that m is equal to 4, we are going to substitute the value of m into the value of n, which is equation 5. Doing that, we have n is equal to what? M negative 6. Of course, this becomes 4 negative 6. So we have our value as negative 2. So n is equal to what? Negative 2. So this is the concept. So therefore, we know that what? M is equal to what? 4 and n is equal to negative 2. So this is the concept of what? Indicial equation. So thank you very much. If you're new to our channel, please do well to subscribe, like and comment, turn the notification bell on so you'll be notified when a new video is out. So we are done with Indicial equation. Thank you very much.